everybody, welcome to Fish for Nights. Hey, there might be some wind noise involved. I'll get into that in a minute. If you've been following this channel for any length of time, first off, thank you. But second, you probably already know or have a good idea of where we're at this time of year. We're up here in Stillwater.
Wrestling dogs.
Wrestling dogs, apparently. Just thought I'd, we made our trip for the weekend up here to watch a football game that, there we go, over here, camera. This gimbal, I like it, but it can be cantankerous sometimes.
Like him.
But we're up here to watch a football program that the AD decided to nuke 3 games into the season, but we're not a sports channel, so we're not going to get into that.
But you did. You went there.
And then, kind of last minute, we decided to extend the weekend and stay up here until Wednesday morning. And I didn't bring, first of all, the mics for this setup. I didn't bring those with me, so I didn't expect to be doing this. Second, I didn't bring my little hard drive with all of our videos from the Pacific Northwest on it, so I wasn't going to be able to edit one this weekend and get it out, get it published on YouTube. So this is why I decided, you know what, it's a good time to give you guys an update, apparently a squirrely update because of this camera. It's a good time to give you all an update of where we're at. I think I went over where we're at, so that's it. One of the other things that we're not is an RV issue channel, or an some of these channels, they focus on the issues they have with their motorhomes or their campers or fifth wheels, whatever, and that is, and it drives views. It is clickable content, I suppose. We don't do that, but I'm going to take this opportunity just to kind of give you an update on a couple of things actually related to our setup and our motorhome. The rear AC is out again. If you recall, it went out last fall and it's out again, so I'll be making a phone call.
How long after we had it fixed? Couple 3 months.
I think we got it fixed in March and noticed that it was not working August.
Oh, a lot longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an AC issue. That's not a Winnebago issue. Let's just make that clear. But I will be calling National Indoor RV Center to schedule a visit with them to get that fixed, because we did something with this motorhome that we don't do with anything else, and it's a belief of mine. And if you don't know what the bathtub curve is, look it up. It really applies to warranties and extended warranties. And it basically says if a product's going to break, it's going to be early on or at the end of life. We actually purchased the extended warranty for this motorhome.
We never purchased extended warranties.
So, the good thing is, with this AC, it's going to be covered under this extended warranty. Presumably, however you pronounce that word. I'm a writer, not a speaker. So hopefully we get that fixed. One other issue we have is the entry door. It doesn't like to, we really got to slam it. We got to close it to keep it closed, and sometimes I'm wondering if she's going to end up shattering the window in the door as hard as she slams it shut to get it closed. I did that for the view from her. So we'll have them look at that. I don't think there's anything else that we need looked at.
Well, when it leaked, it wrinkled up the wallpaper.
Oh yeah, we had a molding issue up here where it wasn't seated correctly, and see if we can get that looked at. It caused a little bit of damage inside, and we'll see if we can get that addressed. And the last update I have, or the last RV related thing I have, is we've had Starlink for about a year now. It's expensive. Oh my gosh, it's expensive. But it's functioned really well for us. You know, not so much under tree cover, which at this site we're not under tree cover, so it's all good. Streaming, playing video games online, things like of that nature, uploading videos like I'm gonna be doing with this one. It functions really well. Worth the cost? Boy, that one is arguable. If you're working from the road, it is. And I suppose in a way we are working from the road in a weird way. But that's the update on our setup. I tell you what, I love camping or being at a campground this time of year, because in a lot of cases you're the only camper in the loop. And it's nice, quiet. You know, I think probably the only way it could get better is if you were camping alone or staying alone at a campground with friends. Does that make sense?
Alone with friends. That's not alone.
Okay, so the last video put out prior to this one was our walk around of Russian River, 1,000 Trails. I'm always hesitant when it comes to some of those videos because that one was not actually a real positive look at Russian River, and a lot of times I take heat for that, but it was a real view of Russian River. So after that video, after this, we're really starting to get into the Pacific Northwest content now. Finally, I know it's taken forever to get there, and that's part of what I want to talk about. Is, you know, I don't know that we stayed long enough at some of these places that are coming up. It seems like they were just, we could have stayed longer, but the problem was we left in May, and then it was just a matter of, we had to beat the wildfires. And by the way, we timed it almost perfect.
I think they started like while we were at our last stop.
At our last stop in Oregon was when they really started to ramp up. And
then Colorado.
And then when we moved on to Colorado, that's when Black Canyon of the Gunnison was on fire. So we were kind of pressed for time, and I think I've narrowed it down to, we took, and I don't really want to say too much time, but we took a lot of time just to get out to California, which kind of cut short the visiting time we had in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, but we got to see family. That was really, that was wonderful.
Yeah, got to see family, hung out in Arizona for a while. You know, it was enjoyable. So I think our next trip to California will probably cut the A to B trip a little bit shorter.
Can we still see family?
Yeah.
And then just...
Yeah, we'll still stop and see family.
Okay.
So it was just interesting. So I said something about being in a hurry to get to get our travels done before wildfire season, and I forgot one key component to this. We were also sandwiched on the other side with snowmelt. Snowflower, 1,000 Trails, if we had shown up a week prior, would have been closed. So we were kind of sandwiched between the winter season and the wildfire season, even though it wasn't winter technically. So today, this is the first day that I can start making reservations for our next trip.
That's exciting.
Now our next trip, you know, probably any other time we would have made a return to the West Coast this year.
Over here. Come on.
However, our children have decided that they're going to go to Disney World next year, and with, you know, what, our 15, 17, 24 grandchildren.
Stay here, Ari.
So, you know, we want to be there with the grandkids, so our 2026 trip will be down to Florida. So I'll be making a reservation for one of Florida's state parks this afternoon, likely. I hope so. It's one we haven't been back to in many, many years. But we'll be going back down to Florida, spending our summer in Florida and along the East Coast. That none of that has been determined, other than we're going to be in Central Florida for some amount of time because the grandkids are going to be there. But it is pack up day. We have been here for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, five days we've been here. And it's, you guys know how it is when you stay at one place for several days.
A little bit more pack up than usual.
Yeah. So we're going to finish up packing, get back home, and enjoy the rest of our day. We'll see y'all down the trail.